Did you know America almost ended just as it was beginning? It's 1783. The Revolutionary War is finally over, and independence has been won. But behind the celebrations, a storm was brewing, one that threatened to tear the fragile new nation apart before it even had a chance to stand on its own 2 feet. The heroes of the Revolution, the soldiers of the Continental Army, hadn't been paid. For years, they had fought, bled, and sacrificed, all while their families back home struggled. They were promised wages, land, and pensions. But the new government, under the Articles of Confederation, was broke and powerless. Congress could ask the states for money, but it couldn't force them to pay. So, the soldiers waited, their patience wearing thin, their desperation turning to anger. This anger reached a boiling point in Newburgh, New York, where the main army was camped. An anonymous letter began circulating, urging the soldiers to abandon diplomacy. It called for them to march on Congress and demand their pay, by force if necessary. If their demands weren't met, the letter suggested, they could refuse to disband, creating a military state or abandon the country altogether, leaving it defenseless. This was the Newburgh Conspiracy, a secret plot for a military coup. The very army that had secured America's freedom was now poised to destroy it. As news of the mutiny spread, Congress fled Philadelphia in a panic. The government was in chaos, and the future of the United States hung by a thread. The dream of a republic, governed by the people, was about to be replaced by the nightmare of military rule. Who could possibly stop it? Only one man could, their commander-in-chief, George Washington. He called a meeting with his officers, the men who were plotting the mutiny. He walked to the front of the room, not as a general, but as a fellow soldier. He began to read a passionate speech he had prepared, appealing to their honor, their patriotism, and their shared sacrifice. He reminded them that they were fighting for a principle, for a new kind of nation. But his words weren't enough. The officers remained stoic, their hearts hardened by years of neglect. Sensing he was losing them, Washington paused. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a letter from a member of Congress. He squinted at the page, then fumbled for a pair of eyeglasses. This was something his men had never seen him do. Looking up at them, he said quietly, "Gentlemen, you will permit me to put on my spectacles, for I have not only grown gray, but almost blind in the service of my country." In that one simple, human moment, everything changed. The officers' anger melted away, replaced by a profound sense of shame and a deep affection for their leader. They saw not just a general, but a man who had aged and suffered alongside them, who had given everything for the cause. Many of them openly wept. The conspiracy collapsed on the spot. Washington's quiet courage and vulnerability had saved the Republic. It was the moment America almost died in its cradle, but was saved by the character of one man. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of hidden history as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories you might not have learned in school. See you next time.